And we are back in another Feels session. These are new sessions that we are doing as part of a series called the Stack series, which is us celebrating new authors, new books. And today I have the immense privilege of talking to an author who has walked such an incredible journey. I'm so excited to talk to you more about this, Kao Saeteurn. You've written quite a couple of books, so this is definitely not your first one, but this is the first one we get to chat about. And so I want to say a big welcome to the Feel Space and to the Stack series, and just on this podcast.
Thank you for having me. And it is a blessing to be able to have this conversation with you.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. And I want to start off by saying, I want to read something that got sent to me by Parker Publishers that put us in touch. And I know that in your press kit you say, I write to honor those who cannot speak, to preserve what time threatens to erase, and to illuminate the hidden corners of a world that deserves to be seen. And I really love that. I feel like that's really inspirational in how you are sharing your journey in the world. So maybe you can just tell us a little bit about the journey to becoming an author. I know you can tell us a little bit about the different books you've written, and then I want to speak a little bit more about the one that is out most recently called Cultures Colliding Volume 1, which is a memoir. So, but yeah, tell me a little bit about the journey of becoming an author, and what was that been like for you?
Well, I'm an author because when I was reading books, right, when all the books I read, and I have never found a books that are from my culture, about my culture, and from the area where I was born and came from. So that was the uh, driving passion behind that. It was to make sure that, so like, we have culture where we're from, but it's is it's not out. So that's what I was trying
Mm,
to make sure that I put that out there.
I love that. I love that. And I know that you also started writing sort of out of just a bit of let me do something different in the world. So tell me about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I told you. I mean, I talked to you before, right? Before this, it was like I wrote it because I was trying to challenge myself on something. But the
Mm,
idea of writing was, the first book. It was like 25 years ago, as I told you before. Like, I would try to uh, create a video game, and but then that give birth to that's the Empire's Fall series. So that's what give birth to all that. But that was 25 years ago, and then recently when I try to challenge myself in writing books, and once I wrote the Tales of Two Best Friends, and then I remember I still had that other book, and I was just, yeah, and I just found it in the closet, and I thought I had threw it away a while back because I didn't think I was good enough to write a book. But and then I looked through it, and since I'm publishing this other book, I might as well, just see what it looks like. And then it to me it looked like it looks good enough to publish. So that's how that Empire's Fall series came about.
it's amazing. I feel like we are always so hard on ourselves and we don't always give ourselves the chance to put into the world the things that, are come from within ourselves. And so this latest book that you've written is a memoir and it's a bit more of your story. Can you tell me a little bit about what it's about and what are kind of the themes that are woven through the book?
Okay, okay, Culture Colliding is like I wrote it because like I like all the stuff that I've been through in life and in America. So it was like same thing how I said, like from the Golden Triangles, right? We're from a place where not a lot of people known about. So through all the wars, and like we escaped through the refugee program and got to America, and like it's such a struggle, for our people to go to a whole different country, don't know languages, no nothing. So we have to start from the bottom, and then on top of that, we are in the crack pandemic. So like everything is just so tense, and like most of my friends, they like we didn't escape out of there, you know. But I mean, some of us do. Like me, I'm grateful that I got to this point now, and then got to write about it. So that's why I was trying to put it out there. Like, look, we are like maybe 100 years from now, after I'm dead, and there, it will show that we are in the fabrics of America.
It's such a wow. I mean, being displaced from one country to another and having to kind of leave your culture behind and embrace a new culture is never easy. And what did life look like for you in America? Like, what was the journey? I mean, maybe I don't want to give you too many spoilers for what's in the book, but if you can share a little bit about what's happened for you in your life in America.
It's First of all, it's like the culture gap is
Mm.
it's just like it's enormous, right? We don't understand things. We don't understand how things are in this new culture. So and then it comes to language barrier. So the culture misunderstanding and then language barrier. So yeah, those those are the real big things that were like it was really hard to overcome. And so in that, we end up finding like, well, I end up finding like things that I think will get me along in this new country faster than just going to a traditional school to because we are so far behind already. So I was thinking at the time, like thought I could be smarter or faster if I learned things through like through experiences. So from that, and then like that mindset took me to a whole like different type of a world, you could say, of the streets, and how like things that they wouldn't teach you in America. I mean, in school, because schools will teach you like the regular stuff, that how society wants you to be. But I have learned that society wants you to be a certain way so they could control you. So, and then those was what the mentors was teaching me when I was on the streets. It's like, look, you could do that, right? And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you will be taught to work. You'll be taught to do things that how society wants you to do, and that's not freedom. So in starting to understand that, that's why I did the things that I do to learn what I can.
Is there anything that you felt that in your journey you were challenging and were difficult to go through? And I'm sure writing the book made it lighter, kind of releasing a lot of what you've been through.
Yes, it released a lot, because I thought all the pain that I suffered through before, I used to blame the world for that. But I didn't,
Mm.
because I didn't understand what like I didn't understand myself. So that's why, like, so that all that it was, I thought the world was against me. And but then it's really, now that I learned that all the pain and all the challenges that the world put you through, it is just to make you stronger, prepare you for what you will be in the future if you are strong enough to accept it.
That's so true. That's so true. We're very quick to kind of not accept the journey that we've chosen as humans, and it's like a lot of the things that come on our path are meant for us to go through, are meant for us to experience and grow as people. And so when you were writing the book, what did that feel like for you? Was it kind of like a flow that came out of you? Was it difficult to write? Did you have to put yourself in like a routine of writing? What did that look like?
No, I mean, in the beginning, it was scary because there's so much pain in there, So there's so much pain and violence in my life. So that's what I was afraid. But then once I start writing, it feels like it was released.
Mm.
And then it feels like alignment within myself. So it got easy once I start writing it because it's like, what do I have to hide anymore? I already been through all that. So this and that's so it kind of just flow easily.
That's amazing. And the editing process, I mean, that's really hard to like edit something that's like a personal story, you know?
Yes, it is because I have I have never talked to any like I have never actually talked to people about my life like that because I feel like nobody need to know that. It's my
Mm.
struggle, it's my pain, right? So that is for me to learn from it, to gain strength from it. Is nobody should know about that. But then now I'm starting to think about like legacy or like once I'm gone, what's all the suffering or what this pain and that struggle, what did I learn from that? So
Mm.
that's why so that was part of the driving force behind cultures colliding is to like you have to let people learn from this. So yeah, yeah, that's basically what was behind that, which is to leave something behind to see that look, we we shed blood and tears on these streets for to learn this, and you're just gonna leave without leaving anything behind so other can learn from, and then that's when it really motivated me.
Mm, mm. I know that you were also kind of saying like you feel like it's a responsibility to share your story. You feel like it's important to preserve the voices of your culture. And have you been back to your home country and tell us a little bit about that?
No, I have not. That I have been see in America. I wanted to go back, but then I couldn't because it was such a struggle to adapt to this new country.
Mm,
And then life doesn't just let you adapt to something. As soon as you know something, it's gonna try to challenge you with something else. And then your mind will want to get away from that challenge because your mind will always want to go back to comfort, to what you know, right? So now since I've learned more about America, now my mind wants to stay here because it's comfortable now, and then going back is like
mm,
it's something new again, and your mind is afraid of new things, so it always try to tell you, nah, you don't want to go, you don't want that, you don't want to go there. But that was one of the, I mean, that's the like the reason in my mind. But physically, it was like I have a lot of challenges with law enforcement and stuff like that. So I have end up in the federal penitentiary for an extended amount of time. So that so now I am in limbo because
mm.
I can leave the country now, they say, but once I leave I cannot come back no more. So now I'm in a place to where like I need to preserve my I need to
Mm,
preserve both sides of my world. So and
mm.
then that's why I'm like, okay, I need to write these books, and then once these books gets done, then I could go back and reconnect with what I had left behind over there.
It's a very powerful experience, and it's really difficult, I think, in your position to have like gone through the things that you have and now be in a situation where you kind of like you in a new home that's become home, but it also has its own challenges, and I guess a lot of your home country is still home to you, but it's something you have to go rediscover with new eyes, and that's not always so easy, you know. And I know you also mentioned that you have family ties and that are living in America. So it's a very difficult space to be in. And I really feel like you're so brave to share your stories through writing and storytelling, which I believe is one of the best expression ways of expressing yourself in the world. And that's it's amazing that you've written this. And I know it's a volume one, so there's more to come, right?
Yes, yeah, that's it's a planned series, so I'm thinking there's at least 5 books in that series.
That's a lot of stories to tell. That's a lot of stories to tell. And so tell me a little bit about the series, just for our audience to know what to look forward to. So volume one is the start of the memoir, and you're going to release the rest?
Yeah, so volume one takes place in the 90s, right? I mean, volume one and volume two takes place in the 90s when like I 3 years after I got to America. That's it starts from there. So volume two is it's the same is in the it's around the same month, right? It's more like from June to July. It was those 2 months, and then yeah, volume two is scheduled to be released on July 4th. So, and then the other books will take you to like to the refugee camps and things like that. I just can't really say too much, but but it's already basically it's basically I'm working on them. I'm pretty sure that I will have all of it done before I get deported.
Well, I appreciate that you sharing a little bit of a sneak peek with us about what's coming. And I also just want to, celebrate your life and that it's been a journey and that you can share it with us on the Feel Space today. I feel like it's really a very much in the Feels mindset of, living an authentic life, doing the things you love, following your joy and expressing yourself. So we honor that. And I wanted to just know a little bit more about the process of writing, and if you have any words of wisdom to people who are wanting to be authors, what this experience has been like for you in publishing a book or a few books now.
I mean, it's if you are write for yourself. That's the only thing, and that's the most powerful things I think I could say is don't don't write to think that you could become this or become a best-selling author or to get fame and fortune. Those that will you will struggle with that because then you are doing it for validation and for applauses. You're not so you have to do it for yourself. It doesn't matter how good it is or how bad it is. Don't worry about that. Just write what is aligned with you, with your internal self. And once you accept that, then you there's nothing will stop you there will nothing in the way that could stop you because if you have to do this for yourself only, it's not to so other people could like give you validations and nothing like that. So if you are planning to become an author and to write it, you write it for yourself and tell you let yourself know you're not competing with anybody. You are doing this because it's gotta make you feel good, make your soul feel good that you accomplished something that you set for yourself, and that that's how I got to write all these books because now I'm just doing it too because now I'm letting things out and then everything that I'm writing about or what I say is those are my beliefs
Mm.
because I cannot write another person's belief. I cannot write how another person would see things. So I'm only writing about how I see it. And if other people like it, they like it. If not, they won't like it. And not everybody gonna like what you're doing. So that's that's how you should think.
I love that. I love that. I think it's so important to first and foremost express for yourself and let it out. And we often look at other books and we think, oh, like I can't do that and it's such a big task. But in the end of the day, we all born to journal and to share our stories, and it's such a powerful healing tool. And I also remember you mentioning to me that you didn't always know how to read and write. So I think you taught yourself, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I didn't. I did not. I did not learn how to read or write until I went to prison. Really, because I had to because I couldn't afford a lawyer. So basically, the I had to learn through the law process, right? So I had to go to the law
Mm.
library and to study my case, read my case, and stuff like that. So I was just asking people, everyone around, like, "Hey, what's this word mean? How's this? What does it say?" And things like that. So that's where I learned to read and write because my life was depending on it. So
That's really incredible story, and what a way to learn all of that. I mean, and how did that go for you? Like when you learned how to present your case, and yeah, that's a really incredible way. What was that process like for you when you had to present your case?
I saw it. It it's like it's a challenge.
Mm.
So like it's either you do this or you don't, So that's and like you could see like there's examples everywhere, right? You see how you see like, what this person does and this is the result. So it's either you're gonna be like
Mm.
that or you're gonna rise above that. And then I just have to take the option to not be like what the other people do.
Love the words that you just used to rise above that. I feel like that's so empowering in the world, and that's what we need to do every day. Every day we choose to rise above the things that were difficult for us yesterday, and it's really a beautiful message to leave with our audience as well. And for everyone listening, I kind of wonder what you're feeling about what culture means to you, what home means to you, and whether you're thinking about being an author or not. I hope this is inspiring you to just share your story, even just with yourself in your journal, first and foremost. And this is such a beautiful inspiration to us. So thank you so much, Kao. And I'm just really excited for you for the rest of the book. So what has been like your motivator in the next day? Is how do you sit down? Do you have a routine? What does the author's life look like?
I, I haven't. Uh, I I don't I don't feel like this author's life is like, but I know that there is I have to understand solitude. The difference between
Mm.
solitude and isolation, you have to understand that. And then if you understand to seek like to understand solitude and learn to be by yourself and listen to your own thoughts, then I guess that's how I feel as an author is to understand myself and release the attachments, I guess, and to so that way once you can stay still by yourself and just listen, just observe your thoughts. Besides, besides try to chase them, then it'll be easier for you to write.
It's amazing advice. And I think we're all chasing our thoughts way too much and we running around like headless chickens chasing them. But we can just sit still and enjoy being who we are and letting that be. And so that's really incredible. And I also know that you mentioned to me that you didn't really use technology much until recently. So I guess typing these books has been a new journey for you too.
Yes, I mean, everything like it is. I'm still using one finger to on my keyboards. So it is. It's so I see that now. It's a challenge to me now. So it is something that I could conquer or I could work to get better at. So once I put myself in that mindset, it doesn't seem so hard anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure by book number 5 of your Cultures Colliding memoir series, you're going to be typing away with like a like a ace typer, you know. That's amazing. And I really appreciate that you are so positive in tackling challenges, and it's really, really giving me a lot of motivation for everything to come in our days. And I appreciate that you're sharing your journey on the Feels podcast, and really, really looking forward to sharing your book and celebrating it and the rest to come. So thank you so much for being here and for telling us about it. And yeah, just really hoping that you have enough time to write everything that you would like to.
Faith, in God to make sure that I can, say that I will be able to finish all my books that I want to write.
I absolutely
And I
am sure
really
you will.
appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, we will definitely please keep us posted on all the things that you get up to. And I hope that when you do make it back to your original home, it's an amazing experience for you of new perspective and integration of sorts, for your life.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's it's kind of scary. I mean, I can feel it in my heart when I think about it and when I talk about it. It's like you get that fear feeling, and that I only know that from my life. I know that once you have that feeling, that means you are going the right way. So gonna I am gonna explore all that and conquer all my fears.
I love that. I love that. That's really you got to follow your heart, and the beating of your heart, even if it's scary. So it's really a special message. Thank you so much, Kao. And I hope to see you back on the Feels podcast soon, talking about all your other books and the Stack series. And for those who are following, I hope you are happy. I hope that you are reading, and that I hope that you are happily reading and celebrating more books and more authors and people sharing their stories. Until the next one.